She's basically trying to play matchmaker and fix everyone's life.
But she doesn't know how to fix her own.
Exactly. She doesn't know how to fix her own, and it is weird because she does end up with her stepbrother. Well, former stepbrother.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Welcome to the Fourth Act, our entertainment podcast, where every Friday we discuss a topic in TV, movies, video games, and more. My name is Gabe, and making her return to the podcast is the lovely Jetz.
Hi. Jetz.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
But you're back specifically because we're talking about a topic that's for the ladies.
This one is specifically for the ladies. We're doing the lovely chick flicks.
Lovely. Wow, do they have to be lovely? We'll get into that. But yeah, this topic, we're just going to talk about chick flicks in general. We're going to talk about, we're going to kind of like define a chick flick. I'm going to give the perspective from a man to let you know like which ones I like what I think a chick flick can be, what you think a chick flick is. Mm-hmm. There's like some discourse about this all over Instagram. We put a poll up and everything, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But again, before we start, we finally made it to 75 subscribers.
Woo!
Huge milestone for us. So up next is the big one, 100. So let's get some ladies in there. I think our numbers are like 15% like female audience or something. Mm-hmm. So we had to do a little something for them.
Definitely.
So
Without
further ado, let's start with defining a chick flick. Jetsabelle, my love, what is a chick flick?
Well, I might have messed up because I kind of looked up what defines a chick flick.
Well, what about like before? Because we did talk about it beforehand.
Yeah, before, I guess I just kind of thought it was like a movie for the ladies, literally a movie for women.
Right.
It can either be romantic, not romantic, but like something that just appeals to women and is marketed towards women.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I thought too. And so that you're saying that was your thoughts before you looked up the definition?
Oh, well, I guess before, I'm sorry. I guess that was my thoughts after I looked up the definition. But before, I just thought it was like a movie for women that was could either have a romantic or non-romantic subplot. But I guess it's just mainly like a woman story, lady story.
Ladies. Yeah. I thought the same thing. I thought it was just a movie that was like made for women in mind. Mm-hmm. Like obviously people, like anybody can enjoy them. Just like an animated movie, like they're for kids, right? Like they're catered to kids. They're made for kids. The jokes are for kids. Mm-hmm. And, you know, for the most part, animated movies, the best ones at least, are for everybody. So I thought same thing with chick flicks. Now I have some questions about like, you know, like I kind of don't want to get into it yet because I want to finish my thoughts really quick. But yeah, so I didn't think it needed to have a romantic plot.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to my sister about it. I was like, oh, we're going to do a topic on chick flicks. I was asking her, like, what are some of your favorites? And then she brought it up. And I was like, oh, okay, so you think that a chick flick needs to have a romance plot? She said, yes. We pretty much just disagreed there. And she said, put a poll on your Instagram. Yeah. So we put it on the Act 4 Media Instagram. And same thing, it was like 87%. Well, I guess my question was, does it need to have a romantic plot? And it was like 87% no. And I was surprised. Wow. I thought it'd be a lot closer, or I thought, if anything, it'd be the other way around. And I had guys and girls, mainly girls, vote. So I was just like, okay. So they're on the same page as us.
Yeah.
So I agree. It doesn't need to have a romantic plot. My sister's wrong.
Honestly, though, when you think about like a generic chick flick, you just think about like legit. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of chick flicks is like the Titanic. Right. It's a movie that makes you cry. It's about like a guy and a girl on a boat. You know, it's like the ultimate chick flick.
I mean, there's death. There's a lot of death.
Yeah.
It's not a happy ending either.
Yeah, it's definitely not a happy ending, but it is like a romance story and like the tissues and the, you know, where's my Jack? You know, all this other stuff. But
I mean, I think the biggest thing is that she let Jack die.
Yeah,
I thought that was the biggest thing from that.
It's been a while.
Okay, so we're still in the topic of defining this. I think we're going to sit here for a little bit because I have some questions. Mm-hmm. Just like your opinion. So we already went through the romance part. But do you think it needs a female protagonist?
Yeah.
Just hard yes.
Honestly, okay, hard yes, but then I kind of started thinking about one in mind that doesn't have a female protagonist. And I guess that one is the only one that can pass because of the story, I guess. But I guess it doesn't have to.
But you see, because I was thinking the same thing, but can you think of one that has a male lead, not co-lead, where the male is the lead?
I do have literally only one in mind.
Okay.
Can I say it, or do you want me to save it? 500 Days of Summer. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the lead, and it has Zooey Deschanel as like his love interest.
Got it. And directed by Mark Webb.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure, because that's like the director of Amazing Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure he came from 500 Days of Summer, which is why the romance is probably the best in those movies.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But it's about JGL.
Yes. Yeah, he's the lead. It's about him and his love interest, or this love that he believes he has going on, this little love story with another girl.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only one I can think of that has a male lead.
So it's possible.
I do think it's possible as long as it's done right.
Yeah, I just couldn't think of one because there's co-leads like in... All right, well, here, let me throw another thing at you, because I was just talking about this. I just talked about the whole family with this, apparently. It's been a busy day with this topic, or a busy week. But anyway, I asked my mom and my brother when I went to go over there to visit her. I don't know. We're talking about chick flicks because the topic, whatever. And then my brother, Augie, who's popped up on the podcast, he brought up Grease as a chick flick. Oh, that's not a chick flick. Oh, that's a musical. And then he said it's mainly Sandy's story about finding love. I was like, it's just as much Danny's story as much as it is Sandy's. Mm-hmm. It's not like a hard disagree that it's a chick flick. I'm not going to say like, no, it's absolutely not. But I guess two questions. One, do you think Grease is a chick flick?
I didn't at first, but after when I looked up that list of chick flicks, it did pop up under there, and it kind of does make sense too, because this is kind of more appealed towards women, you know, like.
But is it the musical factor?
Maybe.
Because I see it as a 50-50. Like it's 50% his story and about the guys, and I mean they're all like in like a little car gang or biker gang, whatever the hell. And then you have her side of the story too. Like it's definitely 50-50. So why would that be a chick flick as opposed to just, I don't know, an everybody flick?
I guess because not everyone likes musicals, and
so I'm feminine because I like musicals.
No, I'm not saying you're feminine. I'm just saying.
But there is something there, right? Like there's something with the musicals and them being catered to women.
Yes, because, well, if you think about, I mean, I guess we'll just, I don't know, this is just my...
It's just your opinion. Go for it.
This is just my onion. The way heterosexual men are and the way toxic masculinity is, guys are not going to be like, oh, bro, you want to go see Grease? You want to go see Hairspray, bro? I want to go see Hairspray, bro. Let's go. Instead of like, oh, bro.
But Grease is different.
Is it?
Grease is different. I mean, even think about like the movie itself. It's trying to be cool. Like the guys are like the cool guys, right? I thought they were cool when I was younger, and it's because like my mom would always have it on, so like I would watch it, and I thought they were cool. I thought Danny Zuko was cool.
I don't know. I mean, I never thought about it as a chick flick, but I kind of do want to say it is.
I think eventually we'll have a musical topic, but.
Yeah.
And there's another side to that question. What was it? One was that if it was a chick flick. And I forgot the other part. It's okay. It was about the male protagonist. I guess just if you thought that it's just as much his story as it is hers. Do you agree with that?
Grease or
Grease, yeah, specifically Grease.
Not exactly, because Danny Zuko doesn't really go through any change. Sandy's the one that's kind of going.
See, we talked about this last time on one of our. You've only popped on like twice. So I forgot which one it was, but we were talking about this last time, and I was telling you that he does she pretends to change to get his attention. Like she's pretending to smoke, and
she kind of she changes herself though. Like she goes through a complete like outfit and wardrobe change. She
just for the day.
We don't know that.
See,
regardless,
they did make a Grease too.
She did change herself for him.
See, the way that I always perceived that was that she did that to get his attention. Mm-hmm. That it was just like, hey, you're not speaking his language. Like, play the game, get his attention, and make him change. And on top of that, during the movie too, and like the middle and everything, he's like trying to be an athlete because she's dating like that athlete.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is it is as much him pursuing her as it is her pursuing him. But it's like a cat and mouse thing because he's trying to be cool. It is his fault.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, he could have easily just been like, hey, Sandy, let's pick up where we left off. So it is his fault, but.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. We got to do a Grease review now. All of them. I know there's a second one with a different cast. I don't know if there's more after that. Oh my God. How long until that gets remade?
It already has. Teen Beach Movie.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let me throw another curveball at you, because then I started thinking about movies just in general that are for women, but then I started thinking about girls. Disney princess movies are chick flicks.
Like the animated ones?
Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, those are chick flicks. Are they not?
Would they not be considered more like children's animation?
Well, yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is like, to me, it's like expanding. Because that's what I was mentioning, is that I was looking up chick flicks, but then I thought about what about movies that are just for girls. So I guess I'm going to fall into the chick flick, because you probably, we're defining it right now. So do you think chick flicks are only at a certain age group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I do think once you start, or you can start at like the coming of age era. I do have a bunch of coming of age chick flicks that I have on my list.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't think the Disney princess.
Go for it.
I wouldn't think the Disney princess movies are chick flicks. I would consider those more like children's entertainment and stuff like that. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could consider them because they do have a female lead and it does have a romantic
Because even like just as a boy, I wasn't watching those just because it wasn't like I was so like machismo when I was a kid. I was just like, oh, I'm not watching those. And if you watch our Disney Channel one, I love the Cheetah Girls. But that was more just like circumstance. Like the trailer was always on, or the commercials were always on. I got excited for it. We're like, I wasn't going to pick up Little Mermaid. I wasn't going to pick up, like, I watched Aladdin, sure, but that might be because it's a guy movie, you know?
Are they chick flicks?
Oh, well, again, maybe not like in the category. That's why we're defining it right now. So maybe not in the category. I didn't think that maybe it needs to be a certain age group. But we're defining it right now. It's whatever we want it to be.
Well, I will just say, only because, like, it talks about, like the knight in shining armor, and it has the whole Prince Charming thing in the princess movies. But I don't know. I feel like it's not really complicated. There's not much. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I kind of don't like the idea of putting those in the chick flick category.
Okay. So the answer is no. It can't be animated.
Yeah, no. No, not that it can't be animated. Just
that's what you said.
It can't be aimed towards children, I guess, and I feel like those are aimed towards.
Well, there's no animated movie like aimed towards adults specifically. That's a chick flick. Unless you know, go ahead and put it in the comments.
Unless you know of one, then throw it in there. But I guess it can't be animated for it to be a chick flick.
Okay. Next up, does it need to be made by women?
No. It doesn't need to be.
Interesting. Because you know how it is today.
Yeah.
You know.
It has to be by women for women to understand.
Exactly.
No, I mean.
I agree with you there. And as we look through a lot of these movies, like at least the ones that I picked out that I'm going to talk about, half of them are directed by men. Mm-hmm. They're probably written by women, but I doubt it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm sure it's just like whatever. But a lot of these are directed by women. So just goes to show that some of the best ones are from a female mind. And I think with like you see the success of Barbie and how it's Greta Gerwig and it's like the biggest movie of the year, that like we'll see more studios doing that. Okay, like we got to get female directors, female writers. Finally. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, they're finally seeing that, hey, women can direct a movie.
Huh. Like, oh shit.
Who'd have thought?
They could do that? Okay. So that actually went by quicker than I thought. You had like very like strong answers right off the bat. Do you have anything for me that to define, or do you just want to get into our favorites or just some?
Yeah. Well, what's your history on the chick flicks? Like, what are
history?
Like what are your thoughts on chick flicks?
Well, I mean, I have plenty. Well, you're gonna see my list.
Well, let me ask you this: has there ever been a chick flick that has been announced, or like a trailer that you've seen for a chick flick that you've been like, oh my god, I'm not gonna go see that, that's just a chick flick? Like,
I don't think so. I've never just like dismissed it. Maybe like I didn't connect with it because I didn't think it was for me. Mm-hmm. I thought you were gonna go the other way. Like, have I seen a chick flick trailer where I was like, I'm in? Because I was gonna give you an answer, and it's funny because you just played a clip from it, and it's a movie I showed you just like a month or two ago, which is Easy A.
Do you want to go out with me? Brandon, just a couple hours ago, you told me you were gay.
You said I should pretend to be straight.
I didn't mean with me.
I am tormented every day at school. Just one good imaginary fling.
Mm-hmm.
Easy A, it has Emma Stone. Loved Emma Stone at the time. Still do. But I'm saying, like, she's already funny. Like, you see her in Superbad. You see her. I don't know. I don't think Amazing Spider-Man was out yet. So I'm pretty sure it's just off Superbad.
Yeah.
And then the trailer looks funny for that one. Emma Stone just has so much personality. I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it when it came to, like, HBO or whatever movie channel we had at the time. And that was a movie that I had on repeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, when you had cable and you're in, like, high school or whatever, or maybe it was, like, a little bit after high school, like, you know, I was just browsing, and if I see it on, like, that was one of those movies where it's just, oh, it's easy putting it on, like, no matter where it's at. So I really do like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one of my favorites or anything. It's just like a cool, like, comfort movie. And then you saw it for the first time like a month or two ago. So
yeah, and I really liked it. I really wish I had seen that in high school, because I think it probably would have influenced me in a better way. But it's a good movie. I really like that. I really like that story a lot. But has there been any other chick flicks that have been kind of calling to you?
100%. And the biggest one, you already know. But the whole reason why I wanted this conversation, and you already know, but let me just explain to the audience.
Yes.
Is a guilty pleasure of mine, a comfort movie.
Uh-huh.
Like, I can genuinely say I like this movie. I don't know if I have the goal to say it's one of my favorite movies. It's somewhere, maybe like top 50. And I'm hyping it up for a reason. I'm stalling for a reason, because
For good reason,
because it is Twilight.
Woo!
I love Twilight. The first two. After the first two, it falls off. Now, the way that they get me, and again, a movie that gets this big isn't just for girls. Like, you got to get the boyfriends out, and you got to have them pretend they're not into it, and then they keep going. The point is, like, you don't get as big as Twilight for just being a girl movie. Same with Barbie. It isn't the biggest movie of the year just because for girl. It's a really good movie,
mm-hmm.
and it caters, not that even that it caters to everybody, but it has something there for everybody to like. So Twilight, they got me by doing like some like mystical shit, right? Or what magical, whatever world they're in with vampires and werewolves, like all that nerdy stuff, it gets me. But whatever, Twilight was first shown at the MTV Awards. And that was back when I was watching all the awards and everything. I transitioned from MTV Awards to Oscars at some point. I don't remember when it happened. But I was watching those awards, and they were going to debut the trailer for this huge movie that's coming up, Twilight, whatever. And I saw the trailer, whatever. Then the movie came out, didn't see it. That's fine. And then, like, the buzz got so strong for it that I was just like, I want to go rent it. And that's when we had a Video Depot right here, which, if you guys don't know, obviously it's a video store.
Yeah.
I think it's local, right? Or not local, but I think those are only in California.
Yeah.
But, like, I was going to pick out a movie because we used to go to Video Depot like once a week. So I picked out Twilight, saw it by myself in my room. Maybe there's a little shame there. I just got it for myself. I was just like, I got to see what this shit's all about. And then at the end of the movie, they tease werewolves, but I don't know anything about this, so like they're like teasing stuff, and at the end I'm just like, is that guy a werewolf? And then fast forward, and now I'm seeing the trailer for Twilight New Moon, and now at this point I'm all in, because I think that one was at the MTV Awards too. Mm-hmm. Whatever, the point is that Twilight New Moon, saw the trailer, Jacob turns into a freaking werewolf, which, by the way, I was team Jacob. After rewatching it as an adult, I don't know what I was thinking. That guy sucks. But anyway, so I'm turned to a werewolf, and this one I was just like, I have to go watch this movie in the theaters. I'm in. And I already saw the first one. So I think this one, because this one I can't tell my guy friends, let's go watch it. Like, I'm not ashamed. Like, if they ask me about it, I'll tell them about it. But I'm not also going to suck them in. Mm-hmm. No pun intended. I'm not going to suck them into my weird world and have them watch Twilight. So I remember seeing this movie like 3-4 times in the theaters, but with different groups of people.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I did go out with a girl to go see it. I went with, that's what it was. The very first time, because I was like, I need I need a girl to go watch this with. So I told my older sister Erica, I was just like, can you go with me to this movie? And she was down. She's like, yes. And it might be the last movie I've seen with her in theaters. So she went with me, saw New Moon. I saw it like, again, with like a girl another time, with like another group of friends another time. I just kept watching it. And just like the soundtrack of this movie is so nostalgic. The soundtrack is so good. It's a possibility.
Dude, the memes from that.
The memes, yeah. But I like that is a comfort movie. I do realize that they're not that great. And again, after 2, it's not even nostalgic. It's just like after 2, I'm already sucked in. I got to see how, again, no pun intended. I got to see how this story plays out. And it does get worse after that. The next one is Eclipse. And that one has a cool action scene. And that's about it. And then after that, it just gets weird and drawn out and boring. And then Rami Malek pops up and he's like the Avatar or something. It's weird.
He's the Avatar. Oh yeah, I never finished it. No, but I do have history with Twilight as well, being like the first chick flick I ever saw.
Yeah.
Like that. I was in middle school when it came out. I think
you kind of got a Jacob look going right now. A Jacob from the first movie with his long dark hair.
Oh my god, yeah. Talk about a freaking reveal when he came out with that short hair in the second movie.
All the girls loved him.
I think
it was annoying.
I'm pretty sure I was Team Jacob too, but only for aesthetic reasons. Like
I just like that he turned to a werewolf.
Yeah, I think most girls did too. But he was hot. Definitely hot. New Moon, that one. Yeah, so I was in middle school when that came out, and I remember going to the midnight premiere with my cousins to go see it.
That's the thing too, is that back then it was midnight. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even that long ago. It's like 10 years ago, but still.
That's a long time ago.
I guess.
10 years ago.
Shit. Yeah.
That's a long time
That's
ago.
That's true. It's like a third of my life.
But yeah, so you saw, is there any other chick flick that you saw in theater?
In theaters? Oh yeah. Give me a sec, I got a burp. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, because Erica, I had an older sister, she would take us to the movies, so I actually have a couple from her. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I saw Mean Girls in theaters with her. I don't think so, but I for sure saw Mean Girls, for sure love Mean Girls, and that's the one. Like when I asked people, I asked Augie, myself, like when I was just like, okay, for chick flick list, let me think of one. Mean Girls was the first one.
For sure.
Everybody likes Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
I think, yeah, if you wanted to shit on a chick flick movie, you can't bring up Mean Girls in that. I honestly didn't consider it as a chick flick at first, but it like...
Oh, it 100% is. And that's the thing, like that one isn't a love story. Like, sure, there's a guy in there, but that's like the B plot. That's like the C plot. Yeah, that doesn't even matter.
Real. It's all about the main, the plastics.
Yeah. And that was like one of my categories. I'd like split them up in 4 categories, which was romance / drama, other, which is like I didn't know where to put it. Like Mean Girls, I put under that category. Modern and animated. So we took animated out. So I guess I have 3 categories. But yeah, Mean Girls is a very special movie. Like that shit is a classic. It's hilarious. It's still funny. You know the jokes are coming and it's still funny. Lindsay Lohan and all the girls are great in there. There's so many people in there that you know blew up even after. Mm-hmm. Like even like Tina Fey. I found out just when I was looking this up that she directed it.
Yeah.
I was like, what? She was like one of the directors. I think there was like 2 or 3 or something.
She was one of the writers too.
Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe she was one of the writers. Well, I have it right here. What am I doing?
Can I just throw one in there for that other category? Can you make one of them a coming of age? Because I think this is Mean Girls is kind of more of a coming of age. Because it takes place in high school, you know.
Some of these hit both categories anyway. Or they hit 2 categories. Anyway, Tina Fey was a writer, not a director. My bad. But yeah, anything on Mean Girls from you?
No, other than it's timeless. It's timeless.
100%. It's not afraid to get goofy either, like with all like the jungle stuff. Like it breaks the fourth wall, but it gets really like cartoony.
Yeah, for
in
real.
a lot of moments.
I quote Mean Girls almost every day. Good movie. But no, that's it on Mean Girls. I had not a list of movies that I saw in theaters. There's like 2 that I've seen in theaters.
Okay, so go for it. What do you got?
Well, like I had mentioned earlier, I saw New Moon when it came out in theaters, and then the return of my movie experience to chick flicks wasn't until The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, and I had that one on here too.
That one I remember going to see when it came out, and yeah, I remember being in that packed movie theater. It was the same theater where I saw New Moon. And I remember it was like a really emotional, quiet scene. And I think they were about to it was like the beginning of a sex scene. And it was in the peak of that. Fuck her right in the pussy. Someone said that out loud. No, that whole fuck her right in the pussy.
No, I don't know about the whole fuck around. No.
There's a vine of this guy on the news who just pops up randomly, and it's this guy who's trying to transition to an interview.
This is starting to sound familiar. Yeah.
And then it's a guy in a Halloween mask, and he just goes fuck her right in the pussy, and it cuts out. It's so stupid. But yeah, that's the only memory I have of
Fault in Our Stars. That was your big return to the movie theater for a romance. For me, that movie I saw, I think an ex showed it to me or something, and I wasn't expecting much. I thought it was just gonna be a chick flick, whatever. It's called The Fault in Our Stars, and it looked very sad. And
total chick flick.
The girl had cancer and everything. Shailene Woodley, she has cancer, and I did not expect to get that emotional. It's really sad. We gotta have a fucked up category, because there's Titanic that ends fucked up.
Yeah,
we got Fault in Our Stars and The Notebook. It's why did you set me up for failure like this?
I have another one to throw into that category that I feel has not been talked about at all.
Throw it in there, and then I'll go back to Fault in Our Stars really quick.
A Star is Born.
I was gonna ask if you think that's a chick flick, because that's not on my list.
It's not?
I don't think it's a chick flick.
You don't? What do you think it is then?
I don't think that just because it's a musical.
It's not a musical, though.
I mean, it's not a musical, but huge music element.
Yeah.
It might as well be a musical, except they're not looking at the camera and dancing. That's the only thing. But we'll go right back to that. I just want to close off Fault in Our Stars, because the one scene in there that stuck with me, because I saw it, I remember really liking it, but admittedly, I don't remember the whole story like that. But what I do remember is two things. One is the scene where the friend, he's blind, and he's saying his goodbye speech to the guy. What's the actor's name? The guy, the main guy in there. It doesn't matter.
Are we talking about the same movie?
The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about A Star is Born.
No, I said it during...
I'm sorry. You said it's because they both have the word star in it, and I'm a little
Where's
drunk.
Your mind at?
Sorry.
We're cutting you off. We're cutting you off with the apple juice.
Okay, you said he was talking to his blind friend who was going to say goodbye to him because they thought he was...
The blind friend is giving a goodbye speech to him.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know if he's going to get surgery or what's happening with him. But the whole thing is that his cancer's gone, but it's coming back or whatever, and then it got stronger, and then Shailene Woodley is actually getting better. So it kind of flips. That was going to be my second thing. Is first a twist that she's actually going to be okay, he's actually going to die, but then they have another friend who's blind from being sick. I don't know if it's from the cancer or what, but he's blind now, and he gives a speech, and then it's a really emotional speech, and at the end of it, he says something and if I can get my sight back, I wouldn't want to, I don't want to see a world without you in it. And I was just oh shit, forget the romance. This is some love right here. That's messed up. But yeah, we can go back to A Star is Born now.
Why don't you think it's a chick flick?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it is, because it does have a big romance plot in there.
It ends in tragedy.
That's one of our things now. That's what makes it a chick flick.
It's not one of our things. It's not what makes it a chick flick. But I feel he's who would you consider the main character? Would it be Lady Gaga?
Yeah, it's her for sure, because it's her story. Yeah. It's both of them. Again, it's I don't know if it's the Grease thing actually, because I think Grease 50-50. You know what? No, this one is. It's just that his story, Bradley Cooper's story. Spoilers, by the way. We haven't given any spoiler warnings for the other movies because they're older. But this one, spoilers, I'd highly recommend this movie. I love this movie. Got the 4K Blu-ray. Watch it. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Where was I?
You were going into a spoiler about Bradley Cooper?
Oh, yeah. So his story is all about tragedy. Yeah. He gets the girl, but he's not even really pursuing her like that. They get together pretty quick. But he's kind of just not using her, but he's got deeper issues, and it's kind of she's just filling in a hole.
She's an escape
in his heart she's an escape until she's not, and it's just a tragic love story. Again, it's not a good one, and you're right. It's in that fucked up category, like all the way. But I like messed up shit, so that's why I really like this movie. So his whole story is about his addiction and everything, but it's about like his inevitable end. Like the way he's living his life is not healthy, and it's not getting any better. He's actually getting worse. And it's just like, this was inevitable. This was going to happen. Her story is about, it's called A Star is Born. It's about her rising to stardom, and then it's kind of like at what cost? Not that she knew any of that was going to happen. Like, she was just doing her thing. She kind of sold out and like started doing pop. But again, it's music she liked doing. He didn't like it. And that kind of like caused a rift. But like, her story is all about rising to the top and it being like pretty messed up.
Yeah.
At least like, because it's not even just like, oh, the music industry is screwing her. Like, that's kind of an element. Yeah, but it's mainly like her relationship with Bradley Cooper's character.
And then his relationship with drugs.
Oh, man. That movie's heavy.
Hey.
What?
I just want to take another look at you.
That movie would,
but I guess,
definitely...
yeah. Again, I'm not going to fight you on that. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's not a chick flick. It just wasn't one where like, I think of it like, that's a chick flick.
Well, there's a lot of these movies that I didn't think were chick flicks. I kind of just want to go into a conversation of movies that I didn't think were chick flicks that ended up being chick flicks.
Okay.
I do have another, I guess I have another example of like a male lead, sort of. Have you ever seen that movie, The Hot Chick?
No, that's a tricky one. Yeah, with Rob Schneider.
Yeah, and he's
so it's a guy as the lead, but it's actually a woman inside of him. So that's a tricky one.
That one is a tricky one. I don't know if I just remember counts.
I just remember the pillow fight. That's the only thing I do remember seeing the movie, like again, like at home, whatever. But the only thing I remember is that pillow fight, just beating the shit out of all the girls.
That movie is so hilarious, and oh man, I haven't seen it in so long either. But that one is one of those movies that can just always crack me up. It's me, Jessica.
It's me, Jessica.
We need more stupid comedies.
Yeah, so he gets pepper sprayed when he's trying to go back to his, best friend, and trying to tell her what happened, that she switched bodies with a man and this, and it's me, Jessica. But yeah, that one was definitely a movie that I didn't think was a chick flick that ended up being a chick flick.
Yeah.
I guess it's just in my mind, up until recently, I just thought chick flicks were generic movies that make you cry, that have a romantic subplot. Yeah.
A big one. Mm-hmm. This is like the only one that we watched / like rewatched to prep for this. I didn't think this was necessary to prep. It was more just like, let's just talk about the ones we like instead of trying to watch new ones. Let's talk about the ones we do like. Mm-hmm. And a big one, we both wanted to see it right away, was 10 Things I Hate About You. This movie is so damn good. But like, I got a new appreciation for it now. Like, I've probably seen it like this is probably like my 4th time. Just over like the years, like every once in a while, I somehow revisit it. It finds its way to me. Mm-hmm. But this time I actually like focused and appreciated like what it was like doing, like all the elements, all the different characters and the different motives that they have and how they all blend together, like all of them, like all like 6, 7, 8 of them, however many there are. It's so good.
So many.
And Heath Ledger's so charming, man. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And I was telling you while we were watching it, this is the movie that I see. I haven't seen a lot of Heath Ledger movies. Like, I know he's won an Academy Award, but actually, like, I think for more than just Joker. I think he won one prior. But this is the movie where I'm like, damn, this is how I appreciate his Dark Knight performance, because it's just like, this is what you can do. And then like, that is what you can do. Like, that's what you can turn into. Incredible. Right. And people really have the nerve to say that he won that Oscar because he died. Now, to be fair, the Oscars, would they have given it to him? I don't know. But he definitely earned that shit.
Definitely did earn it. But what a good movie. That ending scene of her poem, reading her poem, gets me every single time. Every single time. It is so beautiful.
That's why it's called 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's why it's called the 10 Things I Hate About You, because it's about the poem.
It's about the poem. It summarizes the movie. It's a good story.
Dude, no, but talk about it like This is just like, I guess my favorite definition, or this movie for me defines a good chick flick, where it has its comedic themes, but also very serious. Like, I guess I wouldn't say serious, but it can be serious. And it just has a happy ending. I do love that they end up together.
Yeah.
It's just a great movie overall.
Yeah, it's a movie where they end up together and you feel good. Unlike those fucked up movies we were talking about that end in crazy tragedy.
This one, you don't need a box of tissues. Well, I mean, you kind of do for the poem, only because if you relate to the poem, like, that shit will be hitting a little bit different. But it's not a tragic end. Another one that has me feeling that way would be Clueless.
Yeah, that one was one that I thought of right away, and I think we did see that one together like years ago.
Yeah.
But I forgot what it's about. I know that she's trying to matchmake, but...
Yeah, so she's pretty much trying to fix up the main character, Alicia Silverstone.
Like the teacher, right?
Yeah, so she tries to set up her teacher with someone. She tries to set up the new girl with someone. She's basically trying to play matchmaker and fix everyone's life.
But she doesn't know how to fix her own.
Exactly. She doesn't know how to fix her own, and it is weird because she does end up with her stepbrother. Well, former stepbrother.
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
So
what?
in the plot of this, she has like a stepbrother that's not really her stepbrother. Like her dad, she has a rich dad that remarries.
I think
after
you're
her
wrong.
mom
This
dies.
one might be for the guys. Yeah.
And Paul Rudd plays the stepbrother that she falls for.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, so it's her.
This is messed up.
Yeah, so it's the wife. So her dad remarries after her mom dies.
If Paul Rudd was my stepbrother.
That's exactly what Trixie Mattel said. She said
Really?
if Paul Rudd was my real brother, I would not care.
Shit. Okay.
No, but basically her dad remarries, and the wife, the woman that he marries, has a son, and that becomes her stepson, but they divorce. So technically not her stepbrother anymore, but it's still weird because they were.
I don't want to give my opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I just will say it's probably not for the newer generation, but I did grow up watching this with my sister, and it kind of just made me feel nostalgic for a time that I wasn't around for. But I just thought it was a cute movie. Yeah. Cute feel good movie. And what else?
Well, you did two in a row. Let me throw one out there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw out two.
Okay.
Just because I don't really have much to say about them. I remember growing up, another one where older sister Erica, she was showing me, she took me to the theaters to watch one of these, was Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen with Lindsay Lohan. I think this was the follow-up for Mean Girls, or maybe Mean Girls followed up with this.
No, this was the follow-up to Freaky Friday, I think.
Damn, she's in her bag, huh? Or she was. Anyway, this movie also has Megan Fox in it. Like, they're like rivals, and
that's right. Yeah. She is in this.
And I just have like a nostalgia for it. I don't remember the plot too well. Like, I remember what happens. Like, she's like trying to like go see this band because she told Megan Fox that she was gonna go see the band, and she has to like fake her way to go, and she takes like her nerdy friend over there and like all this stuff. I remember when I was young, I was always mixing this with Mean Girls together. Like, I was just like, which one is which? Because it's in high school too.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and whatever. I'm not going to say the whole plot for this movie that I think I remember. So yeah, just shout out to that one. And then another big one, and I really want to rewatch this one. This one I probably should have rewatched. Or Bring It On. The OG Bring It On. That's a good ass movie. Just again, based off memory. Kirsten Dunst, Gabrielle Union, We're the Toros, OEO, Ice, Ice, Ice. All of it. Really good, really funny. But again, I wish I would have rewatched it. I haven't seen that movie in years. But that's another one I'm really nostalgic for.
That one I have not seen, and I'm so embarrassed because every single time I say that, I just get the reaction. You haven't seen Bring It On?
The first one. Because like they have all these shitty direct-to-DVD movies.
Yeah, of course.
You want to make it right? Then when you go to nationals, bring it. I'll bring it. Don't worry.
But the first one is just the one that I constantly hear all the time, especially from my friend Carla. Shout out to Carla. She was a cheerleader. Well, a lot of my friends were cheerleaders, but that was the one thing. Like, oh my god, it's like that one scene in Bring It On.
And
no,
just no reference.
No, but that movie was something that they constantly talked about, and it's like I haven't seen it. I don't know.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I think we were trying to look it up. And like we ended up finding like this horror version of Bring It On.
Oh yeah.
It was like from like last year, 2 years ago. And it's like this very campy, like, but that's the thing, if you're gonna go camp, at least be funny. It was just like very poorly made, and it wasn't even funny to laugh at.
No.
Hey, October's coming up. Review it. Okay. Let me see.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Any other one? I was ready to move on.
To a different movie or to a different
different movie. I mean, I have a whole category of modern that I want to talk about that I'll probably be more familiar with, because again, growing up I didn't watch a lot of chick flicks. Most of the older ones are because my older sister was watching them and I was watching them too. So we don't have like the old ones, like what like Pretty in Pink, isn't that one?
Pretty in Pink is one. 16 Candles.
Yeah, all those I have no reference for.
I've seen them,
and if you do, put them in the comments, because we're not going to talk about them.
I do. If we are going to talk about like the retro ones, I have one called Can't Buy Me Love. Oh, that one's from like the 80s. That one stars Patrick Dempsey. Bob's Burgers does an episode kind of doing like pretty much retelling that story. So you know the episode of Bob's Burgers where Tina hires that one guy to like tutor her, but then she's like, oh well, wait, I need you to actually be my fake boyfriend so we can win the Valentine's dance.
I don't remember that.
Yes, you do.
Maybe. You gonna sneeze?
No, I'm trying to sing one of the songs that comes out in it.
So you don't remember it either?
Girl, I wish you were in all my classes.
Yes.
That episode.
Okay, I thought you said a babysitter. You said a tutor?
Tutor.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
It might have been my bad. We'll find out.
A tutor. Yeah, she tries to find a tutor.
Yeah, I got you now. I think that's the only thing I know about that. Oh, no. I remember the whole episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
anyway.
It's pretty much based off that. But Patrick Dempsey, young Patrick Dempsey is in it, and he's just so cute. It's so I don't remember the plot very well, but I just remember being fully obsessed with young Patrick Dempsey, and I think I did like it because I stuck around through the whole thing, and usually if I don't, I'll just fall asleep. But this is one that I watched by myself, and I really liked it. So
before we get into more movies, I forgot to ask a question, so I'll just ask it now. Do you think that chick flicks are better if they're for everybody, or do you think that they should cater more towards women? Because if they are going to be chick flicks, if they're movies for women, do they get more points if they're for everybody? Like if there's something in it for everyone? If there's a cool guy character, like if it's one of those like 50-50 movies, or should it purely be about women?
That's a very hard question. Very, very hard question, only because Barbie...
That's what my reference was going to be too.
Barbie is just a great chick flick that is for, well, I guess I can't say it's for everyone, but like...
Yeah, we've seen online from a certain group of people that it's not for everybody.
I honestly just feel like regardless of what you do, there's always going to be someone who's going to say, well, no, I mean, it's still a chick flick, you know?
Which is why I guess maybe that's another point there is like, if that's the case, and why not just purely make it for women? By women, for women. Leave your boyfriend at home. Because me personally, I mean, talking from the guy's point of view. I want something out of it.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not like I love movies in general. I love stories. I don't mind. I'll watch a story that has nothing to do for me.
Yeah, nothing that you can relate to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I'm just trying to think, okay, so these are both movies by Greta Gerwig, and these are two movies that I did see recently that I guess are both considered chick flicks. Going from Barbie to Ladybird, because Barbie, I guess, is something that they kind of did make for a wider group of people, you know, for kids, women, and men. But Ladybird is more of like the mother-daughter movie, where it's mainly for women, because every woman is either a daughter or a mother to someone. So every woman can relate to this story.
Mom, you should just go to City College. You know, with your work ethic, just go to City College and then to jail and then back to City College, and then maybe you'd learn to pull yourself up and not expect everybody to do everything.
So I don't know. I just feel like Ladybird has so much more like, oh, dude, Ladybird just like struck such a nerve for me when I saw it. And it is definitely, I don't know if it's like a highly rated or one of my favorite chick flicks, but it's definitely a really good story.
Is it like a really good movie that you don't want to watch again anytime soon?
No, not like that. not necessarily like that, but it's just like when I see it, it definitely brings back stuff.
Yeah.
That I probably can push aside if I want to rewatch it. But I don't know. I'm gonna say I guess it would help if it is made more for everyone, but like regardless, there's always gonna be the naysayers. It's just like that's just another chick flick. I'm not gonna give it a chance. So then it kind of feels like that whole little tidbit that we put in for you was for nothing. We made this little we made you a little slice.
Yeah, we're wasting time. we put pineapple on that side of the pizza
and you didn't want it.
Or we ordered too much pineapple pizza and nobody ate it. Okay. Back to the movies. So I want to start hitting the modern category and we could start wrapping up. So again, Barbie was huge. I don't think we need to spend too much time on it. I think we've kind of hinted at like how much we like it. And if you really want to know our thoughts on Barbie, go watch our Barbie review. Look at
that out.
Go check it out. Link in the description. Maybe. I don't know. Well, now I got to do it. Yeah. Okay. But one I just marked down, I haven't even seen it, but I know it's big. So I wanted to see if you've seen it, was Bridesmaids. Because that was huge.
I don't think I've seen it.
They're talking like that was like the female Hangover at the time. Because Hangover was huge.
Oh, yeah.
So nothing for Bridesmaids for you. I thought there would be. Wow, you skipped that one. Okay, moving on. This one I really liked. We saw it together after it came to whatever streaming, Booksmart.
Yeah.
This one, the trailer looked really funny, and people were calling it like the female Superbad. I don't think it is. I mean, kind of, because it's just about them trying to get laid. You know what? It's the female Superbad. But couple compliments here.
Yeah.
I don't mean that like in a bad way. Like it definitely stands on its own. The biggest compliment I can give this movie is like it's about two girls trying to get laid, and one of them is a lesbian. Mm-hmm. And my favorite thing about this, my biggest compliment, is that it's not about like it's never an issue that she's gay. It's never like, because as soon as like they set that up in the beginning, I was just like, oh, okay, I know where this is gonna go, or I at least have an idea where we're gonna go through this. They don't touch none of that at all. Like there's no struggle. There's no like, oh, I got to reveal that. She's just gay. And that's just who she is. Mm-hmm. It's not part of the plot at all. And she's just trying to bang a hot girl. Mm-hmm. And I was like, awesome. That's awesome. And you don't really see that, at least, or maybe I don't see enough movies with, with gay characters or gay women in it. Mm-hmm. But that's always like my go-to, like biggest compliment I can give it. It's just a really well-written story about, two girls.
For sure.
And then same thing, you know what, it is female Superbad, because then like they have a conflict in the middle where like they both fight at a party and they kind of split up, then they get back together, and then one of them gets laid. I don't remember if both of them do.
I can't remember either, but for sure one of them does, like kind of on accident.
And I know there's one character you specifically want to talk about, so go ahead. What are your thoughts on Booksmart, and who's your favorite character?
Booksmart, oh my god. Just Olivia Wilde. I haven't seen your other movies, but oh my god, did you do so amazing on this one. And then Billie Lourd, the queen. Her character.
And who is she?
She is Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she just pretty much gives off weird girl vibes in this movie that I'm just so obsessed with. And she's
so like loony.
She steals the show.
Every time she comes
on scene, she just steals it. And it's just, I love her. I want to see her in more stuff where she's just like this.
No, please don't get on the car. Please
fucking spin, Jared!
At least take the heels off.
Fucking spin!
Jeez, I just got it back from the shop.
I'm napping.
I think I'm in love with you.
I don't think you are.
You're coming with me.
What? Dance? Party? Upstairs? Yeah! Wow!
No one in this entire school knows me at all. Except Gigi.
I'm a golden starfish!
Gigi hit the track.
Yeah, it's directed by Olivia Wilde.
Harry Styles' ex.
Harry Styles' ex, a.k.a. And she did a great job with it. I don't know if she wrote it too, but she did a great job directing it. The actresses are both great. Haven't really seen them in much more after that. I've seen one of the girls in like something else, like another comedy or something.
Beanie Feldstein was in another coming-of-age story, another high school movie. She was in Ladybird. And
okay. Oh, else? That's, yeah, okay. That's where I've seen her.
I forgot what else. But yeah, Beanie Feldstein.
Yeah, she's really funny.
She's freaking hilarious. And there's people who were saying that she's Jonah Hill's sister.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too.
But I feel
she
like
kind of looks like him.
She kind of does, but like her last name's Feldstein. Jonah Hill.
I don't know.
She got a different daddy?
Well, they can have actor names too.
Stage names?
Stage names.
Yeah, I guess so.
So yeah, a really, really good movie. Highly recommend that one. That one we didn't spoil. There's not really much to spoil.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I kind of did. I said that they got laid, but there's way more to it than that. Really funny coming of age story. Really funny high school sex movie. Awesome. Up next, I think the last one on my list, actually, because I naturally brought up all the other ones. Last one on my list is Pitch Perfect. I love Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
The first one. I saw the second one in theaters. Didn't like it as much. Only saw it that one time. Never even bothered with the third one. But the first one is really good. That one is really nostalgic for me. I know it only came out like so long ago, but still, that one's really good. The little like music battles they have like throughout the movie, and it has like a cheesy love story in it. There's a guy that loves movies, kind of related to him a little bit. It culminates actually surprisingly well. So.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say the grip that song had on everyone. It was on the radio.
The cup song?
The cup song.
That's not even like... I'm trying to remember if it's in there. I think she does it.
It is,
but
yeah. She does it really quick as like an audition or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You see? And I brought this movie up. Yeah, she does it as an audition. And then, they turn to a full song.
On the radio.
Did she even make another song after that?
I don't know.
She said, I got one in me, and that's it.
Well, screw it.
I'm gonna miss me when I'm gone.
You said that you didn't think this came out that long ago. I'm pretty sure this came out like 2013, 2012. 14?
If I had to guess, 14. Let me take a look because I have the IMDb right here.
Which is 9 years ago.
That's not that long ago. 2012. 11 years ago. Yikes. Getting old, man.
You got to stop thinking that the 2020s. The 2010s were only 5 years ago. It's been a while. It's been a while.
The 2010s were quite literally 5 years ago. And I'm just bunching it all together.
Fair.
But that's all I got on my list. Any for you?
Let's see. Yes, I do.
What you got for me, girly?
I have this movie. This one was kind of like one of those. I think it takes place in the UK, or it was all filmed in the UK. But this one was one of those like Nickelodeon straight to DVD movies. I think.
Oh.
And it was called Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging.
Oh, I do remember. I remember the name of it, and I've seen commercials. I don't know who's in it, what it's about, nothing.
The only recognizable name that's in it is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yep.
Yeah. So he plays...
famously known as Kraven the Hunter in this fall/winter's Kraven the Hunter.
Yes.
The highly anticipated Kraven the Hunter. Go on.
This was another one of those... coming of age chick flicks that I just really enjoyed. I remember seeing this a couple years after it came out. I wasn't on the whole train of the release of it. But yeah, it was a really sweet story. Just, a girl across the pond.
Across the pond?
Yeah, it's about this little British girl who, has the buck teeth. Like, she's not the prettiest looking girl, and she wants to be the pretty girl.
But she likes to snog.
Yeah, and she just wants her first kiss, and she wants her first kiss to be with Aaron.
And maybe she shouldn't be calling it snogging.
Well, that's what they call it over there.
It's disgusting.
That's what they call it over there, snogging.
I'd like to snog.
You want to get a quick snog?
I like when you say it. Okay, but yeah, she's trying to hook up with Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No, she just wants a kiss from him.
Yeah, hook up with him.
She wants a kiss.
Snogging sounds worse than hooking up. Is that where we draw the line?
Maybe. British people just make everything worse. Spunk.
Jesus Christ. Spunk? Oh, yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Spunk is pretty gross. Spunk. And we're not going to tell you what that means if you don't know what it means.
Google is your friend. You should Google spunk.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yeah, spunk, British meaning.
I think just spunk will be fine.
But that's pretty much it. It was just a quick movie. Not anything that I can purely rave on because I haven't seen it in a while. If you want to see a good review of it, I think Brittany Broski talks about it in one of her podcasts where she talks about Aaron Tyler Johnson.
Does she like him or something? That's her crush?
Yeah, she mainly brings him up when she was talking about like building her own Love Island where it's only her, but she like builds or she picks the guys that go on the island with her, and she picked Aaron Tyler Johnson. And that was the origin of her feral meme.
Oh, okay. I got you. This sounds familiar too. I think maybe I overheard. But anyway, any other movies for you?
No, that's it. That's all I have on my list.
So what are like do you think that like this is still a popular genre? Because back then it seemed like it, or maybe I'm just like misremembering. But, or maybe it just transitioned into being like these more modern ones that are just about like everything. Like there's some that are in that other category.
I will say I think it is the end of the romantic chick flick era. Because as we're seeing now with Barbie and Greta Gerwig movies, that
it's more about like independence.
Independent women, finding yourself, strong women. Yeah, we're getting out of that whole Notebook era. But hey, we will not shit on that era because we walk before we run, you know? Those movies.
Like, where are the heartthrobs?
They're already established. Ryan Gosling's already in the scene.
He's old.
He doesn't look old.
No, he looks fantastic. But what I'm saying is, like, to be a heartthrob, like, you gotta be like 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there. And you have to like pretend you're like
Timothée
16.
Chalamet.
There you go. That's one. But like, is he in any, well, he's in Ladybird, right?
He's in Ladybird and he's in Pretty Women. Little Women. I'm sorry, he's not in Pretty Women. We didn't talk about that movie because we didn't see that movie. Sorry.
Well, I've seen it before. That's a good movie.
That's all you gotta say?
Yeah, it's a good movie. That's all I got.
He's in Ladybird and Little Women. And what else?
But is he like the heartthrob in that movie? Does he play that role?
Kind of. He does play like the rebound boyfriend of the main lead.
And that's all you got, Timothy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not a young woman. My heartthrobs are already grown up too. Harry Styles is almost 30. Probably is 30 already. Zayn Malik is already 30.
I got no response to that, so I think it's time to wrap it up. You're talking about Harry Styles already. It's time to wrap it up. All right. Well, that was pretty good. We kept it a little bit shorter compared to what we're used to. Mm-hmm. Now these go for like an hour and a half, sometimes 2.5. But I've been wanting to keep them a little bit shorter anyway. We got to the point. We respected everybody's time here. And we're going to wrap it up. So, if you made it this far, you're not subscribed. And especially if you're a woman,
our ladies.
We need more ladies, so definitely subscribe. Let us know what movie chick flicks that we missed out. Let us know your thoughts on the ones that we mentioned. Make a list. Ask a question. Make a comment, concern, whatever you got. And Jetz will be in the comments section.
Yes, I will. Maybe. Just be nice, please.
You'll make a comment. I'll let her know, hey, somebody said something nice to you. Okay. Well, I don't know when I'm going to have you back on. We'll see. We'll come up with something. Maybe for musicals. Maybe for sitcoms.
Ooh.
Some stuff that you already like.
Sounds good.
So we'll get there when we get there. But until next time, peace out.
Bye.